to meet you, and the wind be on your back. May the sun shine warm upon you, and the rain fall gently down.
Hello, welcome back. Today we're at week 46 of the series that will cover days 308 to 314. Or if you have the edition of the Road Rising that follows the calendar, then you'd be looking at November 2nd to November 8th. Friend has continued the journey this week with a young man with a changed heart and a changed name to match. He's now Fisher, the name inspired by his determination to stay the course until he gains the prize. In the first case, it was a very big trout. But now both young man and mentor are seeing in him a strength of character rising up out of his newfound faith. As it becomes more and more obvious that he's a different man than he was before, Fisher is beginning to have concerns about Sandy, the girl who attracted him to the trail in the first place. He and friend talk about those concerns in the November 5th journal entry, day 311. We came to a grassy meadow in the valley today and decided to camp for the night. It was an easy decision to make because someone else had recently camped there and had left behind a generous supply of firewood, a rocked-up place for a campfire, and some very nice kitchen utensils carved out of wood. "Looks like there were quite a few people camped here," I remarked. "Judging from what they left behind, they seem to be a hard-working crew at that." "My girlfriend made this," said Fisher, holding a spatula which had been made from a pine branch woven into a delicate design. "She's always making things with her hands. This looks like something she would do." He sat there in silence for a while until I finally asked, "Are you looking forward to seeing her again?" "Yes and no," he said, still deep in thought. "I mean, yes, absolutely. I'm anxious to see her and tell her about everything that's happened. On the other hand, what if she doesn't like me? I mean, look at me. I'm nothing like the guy I used to be, the guy she knew and loved." "But if I remember right," I said, "there was a major problem between the two of you. She was committed to God and you weren't. How do you think she'll respond when she hears that you're now on the same page spiritually?" "Yeah, I guess you're right. But I guess we'll just have to get to know each other all over again, won't we? In the process, we may discover that we're not made for each other after all." "Well, there's always that possibility," I admitted. "But look at it this way. Now the two of you have a common interest that you didn't have before, seeing this journey through to the end. You both have a common commitment to God and a willingness to go wherever He leads you. And it seems to me you have a lot more possibility for a future than you had before. And if not, it's only because God has something even better in store for you. So if I were you," I said, laying back on the soft grass, "I'd take advantage of that river over there and try to wash off a few layers of grime." A few moments later, I heard a splash, followed by a yelp as he went into the icy water. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what can fellowship have with darkness? What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? What does a believer have in common with an unbeliever?" What I want to say today may be painful for some to hear. The topic is unequally yoked, and it refers to a couple who don't share the same faith. You remember, of course, that friend made the decision to begin this journey in spite of the fact that his own family couldn't understand it, and that fact caused him constant pain. God's Word warns us about such relationships, such as in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14, where we're told, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers." It's for that reason that, as a minister, I will not conduct a marriage ceremony between a Christian and a non-Christian. painful experience has shown me that a home where faith is not shared is a home in trouble. At the very least, there will be conflict at every turn, whether it be in the question of child rearing or what to do on Sunday. On a deeper level, there is the dawning realization that death will separate a couple for all eternity, making the grief all the more difficult to bear. Now, I do need to add here, the Bible also has advice to young believers who are already married to unbelievers. I need to start that over again. Now, I do need to add here that the Bible also has advice to believers who are already married to unbelievers. If you fall in this category, please take comfort from 1 Corinthians chapter 7, beginning with verse 12. There we're told, if you're married to an unbeliever, don't divorce. There is every hope that the faith of the believer will be made evident to the unbeliever. I've seen this happen on so many occasions. As for the pilgrim in this story, well, stay tuned. In the meantime, please understand that faith is meant to be shared. And this should begin at home. If that's not possible, then seek out people of like faith with whom you can talk and pray and lift up. You will be blessed when you do. Y'all come back now here. Just imagine all those great and unsearchable things there are out there. And then imagine the possibility we'll reveal those things to you as you're able to take them on board.